Before you go any further, pause for a moment, not because this message is heavy, but because your heart already feels it. Take a slow breath in and let it out gently, because if one name quietly appeared in your mind just now, this message is for you. You didn't find this by accident. You didn't stop here randomly. Something inside you, something unspoken, pulled you here, and deep down, you already know why. Part 1. The silence that was misunderstood. They never stopped loving you. They never did. What they stopped doing was showing it. What they stopped doing was fighting for it. And to you, that silence felt like rejection. It felt like abandonment. It felt like proof that you didn't matter anymore. But silence is not always absence. Sometimes silence is fear. Fear of saying the wrong thing. Fear of opening wounds that never healed. Fear of loving you the way you deserved and failing again. So instead of speaking, they stayed quiet. Instead of reaching out, they watched from a distance. Instead of saying, "I still love you," they swallowed the words and let the silence speak for them. Part 2. Why they pulled away. You may have asked yourself 1,000 times, why did they leave? Why didn't they try harder? If they loved me, why was it so easy for them to walk away? But here is the truth most people never tell you. They didn't leave because they stopped loving you. They left because loving you scared them. You touched parts of them they never wanted to feel. You made them see themselves clearly, their flaws, their wounds, their fears, and instead of healing, they ran, not away from you, but away from what loving you required of them. Part 3. The things they never said. There are things they wanted to tell you, but never found the courage to say. Things like, "I miss you more than I admit." "I still think about you when I'm alone." "I compare everyone to you." "No one makes me feel the way you did. I wonder if you still think of me too." These thoughts don't leave them. They follow them late at night, in quiet rooms, in moments when distractions fade. They may laugh during the day. They may seem fine on the outside, but at night, when the world goes quiet, your memory speaks louder than anything else. Part 4. Why they never reached out. You might think, if they really cared, they would have texted. If they loved me, they wouldn't let this distance exist. But love is not always brave. Sometimes love is ashamed. Sometimes love feels undeserving. They wondered, what if I reach out and they've moved on? What if I hurt them again? What if I'm not enough? So they chose silence. Not because they didn't care, but because they cared too much. Part 5. The regret they carry. There is regret sitting heavy in their chest. Regret for not saying what mattered. Regret for choosing pride over honesty. Regret for letting something real slip away. They replay moments with you, conversations, laughter, small memories, and wonder how things could have been different. They tell themselves they're okay, but deep down they know they lost someone rare, someone who loved deeply, someone who saw them fully, someone they may never replace. Part 6. What this means for you. This message isn't here to pull you backward. It's here to give you clarity. You were not forgotten. You were not unlovable. You were not too much. You were someone who mattered deeply, even in silence. But hear this carefully. Just because they still love you does not mean you should wait. Just because they regret losing you does not mean they're ready to fight for you now. Love without action is not enough. Part 7. Your power. You have grown. You have survived nights you never thought you would. You have learned how to carry pain quietly, just like they did. And now, You get to choose. You get to choose peace. You get to choose healing. You get to choose someone who speaks, not someone who hides behind silence. If they ever return, it must be with honesty, effort, and courage. Anything less is not love. Part 8. If this message touched something deep inside you, don't ignore it. Not everything that ends is failure. Some endings are protection. You were loved, even if it was never said out loud. And one day, someone will love you loudly, openly, without fear. Until then, honor your heart. Don't miss the last message, because the last message, especially for you. Listen, be carefully. If this message reached your heart, it wasn't by accident. Some connections don't end because love disappears. They end because fear speaks louder than truth. You were never forgotten. You were never replaced the way you think. You were simply loved in silence. But remember this: love that hides forever cannot protect you. You deserve a love that chooses you openly, not one that watches you from a distance. If this felt like your story, don't stay quiet. Comment if you felt the pain. Comment if you're choosing yourself now. I'm reading every comment. You are not alone. Thanks for staying with me at last. So please like, share and subscribe the channel for more mindset-changing videos, because this channel will grow with your support and your love. Thanks for your love.